言滚准是引人，当民生滚说，当滚准是引人，言真人民改，当民改民说，言民说15年还是帮我溜。我滚说，言真人，言真人民说，当民真真人，言民改，当民改民说，言民说sending them at the band side now. Oh, we cross over. One now we band more we cross over. Oh, we balance up. We say come balance more. I meet and rule now. Down papa God. Go ahead now. One now we cross over band now. Band now we cross over we balance up. We say come balance more. I meet and rule now. The first and second to the right. One band side we cross over we band now we cross over we balance up. We say come balance more. I meet and rule now. Thank you Papa God for your music. Oh, we go ahead we cross now we balance up. We say come balance more. I meet and rule now. Thank you Papa God for your music. Oh, we go ahead we cross now we balance up. We say come balance more. I meet and rule now. Thank you Papa God for your music. Oh, we go ahead we cross now we balance up. Get ready now for Esperanto Genocide dancers. Are you ready? Oh, we clap now. Clap more, we clap again. Side to side. Are you ready? Oh, we clap more, we band side. We're side to side now. We're back to back. I'm face to face, come on. Now we go ahead, we come back. I meet and run now. Sending them. You're gonzo. You're gonzo, binabe. You're binabe, binkai. That means you're binzo, gonzo. That gonzo, binzo. You're binzo, good thing yet. Sending them. I like gonzo. You're binzo. You're side to side now. We're back to back. And face to face, come on. One now we band side we die. I meet a run now. We down papa God. Paddy commando. Oh, side to side the commando. We're back to back the commando. I'm face to face the commando. One now we go ahead now. Go ahead we come back now. Come back we run now. Something day. Oh, the band side now we command now. Back now we command now. Face now we command now. One now we go ahead now. Go ahead we come back. I meet a run now. Dance it. What the body come on? Oh, side to side the commando. We're back to back the cover. I'm face to face the commando. One now we go ahead now. Go ahead we come back now. I meet the run now. I see when I dance as I get you come. Oh, we band side. We're side to side, we're back to back, and face to face now. One now we go ahead now. Go ahead, we come back. We come back rule now. Come to them, come to Allegonzo. They side to side, we're back to back, and face to face. Come on. One now we go ahead, we come back, and meet and rule now. That's it. Everyone wrong to me, they won't know that. Everyone is on
carefully. Chinese are ruling the Chinese land. Japan is ruled by Japanese. England is governed by Englishmen. America is governed by Americans. So Africa must be ruled by Africans. I wanna know who owns the land. We must rule from Cape to Cairo. We must rule our purpose land. I say, we want to know who owns the land. I want to know who owns the land. Hey, Papa Asanga. Papa Asanga. Papa Angola want to know who owns the land. Mozambique want to know who owns the land. Namibia want to know who owns the land. I say, Somalia want to know who owns the land. Zimbabwe want to know who owns the land. African freedom fighters want to know who owns the land. Papa Asanga. Now listen to the history. With the years since creation. With the years since creation. What a love. Since the time of sun and sand. Since the time of moon and stars. Since the time of air and sea. Since the time of men and things. We must run from Cape to Cairo. I said, we must move our purpose land.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the broadcast. It is an exciting day to be alive, and I want to believe all of you out there are doing great. I also want to believe you all had a beautiful, beautiful weekend, especially for those of you out there on ground zero. It's always a pleasure to come to you with revolutionary updates from the great state of Texas, right here in Houston, Texas. We're going to be having a very, very exciting broadcast today, and as usual, I will love you to go ahead and hit your share button. Let us quickly bring people into the platform and populate this platform in the next 5 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, so please you go ahead and hit your share button. So much to talk about today. I want to believe that ground zero is tuned in and listening to the show, watching and listening to the show. So many things I bring to you today. I'm going to be talking to you about the deportations that we brought to you last week. We're going to be talking about those deportations. Also, we will be talking about the school resumption matter. It is still a very, very important issue for us to come again and again and brief the parents and the students on ground zero about. We have stated that schools are not resuming, and do not take what you see. Ladies and gentlemen, do not take what you see and what you read in the newspapers for school resumption. We are urging parents, please send your children somewhere else, anywhere that you can, out of Amazonia for studies. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about Field Marshal of Amazonia. I've received so many phone calls and people asking what is going on. Is he dead or alive? I'm going to be talking about that, and also talking about the land grab, the Bulu Beti Iwondo land grab in Amazonia, precisely in the university of Boya. Also, we're going to be talking about Cameroon, La République du Cameroon, banning U.S. citizens, and I guess green card holders from going back into that damn country. I don't know who wants to go there anyways, but they have issued a ban that says if you are in the USA and you are a green card holder, you are a citizen, you cannot visit there anymore. I don't know who is going to visit there, who plans on visiting there anyways, but we're going to be talking about that. And one more thing, La République and I think Angola. Yes, I think it's Angola. Two countries that the U.S. Postal Service is banning mail, U.S. mail from going to. So, ladies and gentlemen, of course, I'm going to be having Paddy Asanga. I watched your few comments out there at the onset of the show, and I saw the debate out there, and people are wondering What is Asanga doing here? I saw some people writing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, they say you know if you test soup until the soup done where you don't put all ingredients for the soup before you know how the soup is test. So I will ask you to wait until we'll cook the soup finish, you taste some before you make your judgment. All right, please don't touch your remote. I'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for tuning in. Thank you, Ground Zero. Thank you, the diaspora, for tuning on to ABC tonight. I would like to start with this very, very important appeal about the war draft. The war draft that we put up for the past 3 months. The past 3 months, we have been drafting. We have been drafting to put better equipment into the hands of the Ambazonia restoration fighters. So please, we are urging every one of you, who drafted and hasn't yet redeemed the draft to please consider doing so as soon as you can, because as you observe on October 1st, those boys, they need the equipment. A lot of public was thinking that they have conquered us. They have decimated the boys, but a lot of public was shocked. I mean, really shocked to see not just what those boys were carrying in their hands, but the number that is out there in Ambazonia to defend the territory and to fight for the complete independence of Ambazonia. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us redeem the draft so that every LGA, every county can put better equipment into the hands of those boys who are putting their own lives on the line, not asking anybody for compensation, not asking for a dime, but they have their own lives on the line. All that they ask is that we put better equipment into their hands. So please, whichever local government, whichever county you come from, consider your county. I guess you know one make your county take last, right? I believe say anybody a day here for this Ambazonia struggle where everyone make your own county or local government take last. So please, if you drafted for Momo, if you drafted for Lebialem, if you drafted for Meme, if you drafted for Mezam, if you drafted for Ndonga and Mantung, if you drafted for Bui, if you drafted every county and every LGA you drafted for Indian, Fako, Meme, Manu, all these counties, Kupe, Maneguba, all of them, please, if you drafted, I believe we all want to see our counties standing up and confronting the Cameroon in a new way. All our boys ask, the restoration forces ask, they are asking for nothing but good weaponry to prosecute this war and have an urge over La République du Cameroon. So my appeal to you all out there is, please, if you made your drive, if you made a pledge in the drafts and you have not yet redeemed them, consider doing so as soon as possible. And I want to ask that please let us ignore every negative and distracting voice that you hear out there from people we thought were with us. People we thought were with us, but suddenly we found out they are not with us, and they want everybody to go down the drain. Let us stand up like one man and refuse to absorb any form of negativity. Refuse to absorb any form of negativity. Ladies and gentlemen, this struggle, this war is about you and about me. Let us ignore. We will always have people who will never reason. They will never ever reason like you and me. We will always have people who will wish that we surrender, we lay down our arms and surrender, run to the knees of the Republic of Cameroon and capitulate. We will always have people who speak negatively. We will always have people who sincerely believe we can't make it. But I can assure you, the evidence we have that we can make it is that we made it for 4 years. When they call us 2 cubes of sugar, they believe, a cube of sugar would not sustain any liquid for 1 minute. Just 1 minute, it will not sustain it. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to take a brief break to make sure that my guest is able to get connected here. I'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, yes, so please, this is very, very important, very, very critical. We need to do this to make sure that even if it takes 10 years, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you one thing. I never went into this war, into this struggle, thinking by any means that we are going to get independence in 1 year, in 2 years, in 5 years. No, because I have studied other independent struggles from colonial masters. We have seen that none of those struggles took place within 5 years, ladies and gentlemen. None. I am so very aware that lots of people went into this struggle thinking that, in 2 years, in 3 years, in 5 years, even those who were at the forefront, I'm talking about Comrade Tasang and the rest, who said, you know what, they have not given us decentralization, they have not given us federation, we are going for independence. I don't think they thought that in 1 year, in 2 years, in 3 years, even in 5 years, they were going to get independence. Of course, they know it is a big struggle. It takes a while. But all that matter is the degree of our resilience. The degree of our resilience. And so I'm saying this to say, please, let us ignore every form of negativity out there. The naysayers, the Sadducees and the Pharisees, I call them sad to see and the far to see. So please, let us ignore them. All that we can do to push this struggle to another level is to make sure that your county, your LGA has the best equipment in the hands of those who have put their lives on the line to fight this war. So please, I'm urging you, get to your county, pay, redeem your draft. And after you redeem your draft, if your county or your LGA cannot put a better equipment and more equipment into the hands of those guys, you have the right to call them up for it. It is very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. Permit me to take another short break again. This is very, very important.
You need a financial instrument that provides a hedge against inflation, 100% guarantees that you will not lose your money, has tax-free growth and distribution, the ability to take an interest-free loan, avoids probate, provides creditor protection, guarantees your family that your income will be replaced should you die, helps you protect yourself financially against chronic, critical, and terminal illness, and of course allows you to take money anytime for any reason at any age without a tax penalty. You need only as little as $50 to invest per month. Contact Irene Fombo. Tell 513-5014-177 or send an email to irenenpmsn@gmail.com. You need a financial instrument that provides a hedge against inflation, 100% guarantees that you will not lose your money, has tax-free growth and distribution, the ability to take an interest-free loan, avoids probate, provides creditor protection, guarantees your family that your income will be replaced should you die, helps you protect yourself financially against chronic, critical, and terminal illness, and of course allows you to take money anytime for any reason at any age without a tax penalty. You need only as little as $50 to invest per month. Contact Irene Fombo. Tell 513-5014-177 or send an email to irenenpmsn@gmail.com. You need a
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying put in there. Again, I could not emphasize this enough. Let us redeem our pledges and make sure that our brothers and our sisters who have put their lives in the front lines do not die because we did not put enough and better weapons into their hands. So I am pleading with you. I am pleading with you, ladies and gentlemen. Let us put better equipment. Let us put better equipment in the hands of those boys and girls. Reach out to your county. I believe you know your county leaders. You know your LGA leaders. Please reach out to them. Reach out to them and make sure that you redeem your draft for your county and for your local government. And let me speak to those who drafted for ABC. ABC drafted a little over $95,000. Ladies and gentlemen, the majority of you have not yet redeemed your draft. I'm appealing to you. Please call ABC or go to the website. Go to the website and redeem those pledges so that ABC can embark on the projects that that money was meant to pursue. So please, I'm appealing to you, those of you who drafted for ABC, please do so. And we are also still appealing for more members of the club, ABC Club. Go ahead, go to the website www.abcambertv.com.org, and please use the click on the club banner and follow the instruction and register. Only $10 a month. Only $10 or more a month. But if you just want to redeem your draft for ABC, when you get on the website, you will find on the top right, on the menu bar, you will find a donation button. Click on that button to redeem your draft. Or if you just want to donate, a one-time donation, you can still do the same. There are many things we have promised you here at ABC which have not yet come into fruition because we still need this money to work on these things. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Please go ahead and you hit your share button. Go ahead, you hit your share button. Not yet 700, not yet 700 on the platform on Facebook. So please go ahead, hit your share button. Now, let me talk about a number of issues before I bring in my guest, Paddy Asanga, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about the University of Boya land grab. The University of Boya land grab, and also La République du Cameroon, asking U.S. citizens, I guess they include Amazonians in this, asking them not to dare come to that country, not to set foot on that country. And then let me start with the school resumption, ladies and gentlemen, the school resumption. And I am speaking directly to every parent, every school proprietor, and every school institution out there in the country that we call today Amazonia. This interim government and all of ACT, Amazonia coalition team, have arrived at a decision that at this point in time, at this moment in time, we do not see the possibilities of Amazonian children going to any school, not even community schools. We do not see the possibility of them going to any school under the given circumstances. Under the given circumstances. And so we have formally, as we would normally do, called on parents to keep their children home. If you can find anywhere else out of Amazonia to send your children to, maybe in Nigeria, anywhere you choose where you know the children can study in a secure environment, you have the liberty, you have the freedom to send your children to school there. But anywhere inside Amazonia, ladies and gentlemen, we are asking you, please, not to send your children to any school inside Amazonia. And any school that is opening its doors in Amazonia, you are taking so much risk in doing so. We are appealing to you for the security and the safety of your infrastructure. Now I'm speaking to the proprietors of those schools and colleges, for the security of your investments. Please do not open your doors to any school or to any studies in your college or school. Do not think that because some are going on, I just have to go ahead and do mine also. Please be a wise man, a wise woman. Keep those doors remaining shut, because I can assure you, because La République has come to us and asked for a ceasefire on a number of occasions. They have sent envoys to this interim government. We've had meeting with those envoys, and all that they wanted to secure from us, extract from us, was a ceasefire. And we said no to a ceasefire. Now this is what we know, because we have not agreed to lay down our arms. La République is going to go after those schools and colleges that remain open. They will attack them. They will kill students and kill teachers, and maybe burnt down some of those infrastructure, and then to blame it and have the international community blame it on the restoration forces, Amazonia restoration forces. That is why we are warning you, the parents, and any school proprietor out there. Please, it is better you have your institution safe, your infrastructure safe, than to open it up and get attacked by French Cameroon soldiers. As I come to you and speak to you, we know of institutions where French Cameroon soldiers are still using it for camps, military camps. Why would we allow any other school to be open if some other schools are being used for military camps? Why would we allow any other schools to open? La République would not allow any other school to open because they know that the majority, the overwhelming majority of the schools which are in the urban and rural areas remain sealed. So they are going after those in the city areas that are going on so that we send a message to the international community that it is Ambazonian Restoration Forces who are going after the schools that have resumed. And so, we are again appealing to you, and I come to you very, very strongly. Listen to the sound of my voice and take me seriously for what I say. There is danger ahead. There is very much danger ahead for these schools that are open. If your child is in that school and you are paying school fee, you have wasted the money. You have wasted the tuition. All right. I hope you got that. Now, let me talk about staying in America. We saw a press statement from La République du Cameroon last week. I think that was Friday. Warning, or essential, not really warning, but it was an injunction, essentially, an injunction asking citizens of La République du Cameroon. Now, I don't include Ambazonians, even though we have to go to Ambazonia right now through La République airports. That is assuming they allow us pass through those airports. But they sent out a press statement, from their embassy in the Washington, D.C., stating that no Ambazonian citizen and La République du Cameroon citizen, I guess, in the United States is allowed to enter that damn country. I call it a damn country because I really don't know what anybody would go there at this time for. I don't know why anybody would go there at this moment for. But that is the statement they sent out. So if you were preparing to fly into that country, please be careful. You may not cross through the airport. You may not go through any of your airports in Douala or in Yaoundé. You better know how you plan to get yourself there. Officially, they will not allow you in. But let me also add this. Ladies and gentlemen, La République du Cameroon is not a country that anybody wants to go in now. And I wish that any American official is listening to me now as I speak, because only last week, the state of Texas was about deporting 80 Southern Cameroonians back to that damn country called Cameroon. I'm going to come to that. If the American officials are listening to me, they can now understand when they are receiving scores, I mean hundreds, if not thousands of phone calls trying to persuade them to avoid deporting those 80 Ambazonians. But I'm going to come to this subject a little bit later, ladies and gentlemen. But I wanted you to know, if you were planning to travel to that damn country called Cameroon, and you are a citizen of the USA and perhaps a long-time resident, green card holder, know that you will not be allowed to enter per their statement issued on Friday. All right. Now, the UB, University of Boya land grab, that is what we are learning is going on. The part of the University of Boya plot in Boya, a land that was being cultivated by the Agricultural Department of the University of Boya, ladies and gentlemen, we have learned that has been confiscated. I got some photographs to show you, but I guess we were not able to put those pictures up. But I'm going to ask Paddy Asanga what he thinks about this land grab in the University of Boya. But we will get there. But what is happening, ladies and gentlemen, is we keep on asking for our country back. For 4 years, we have been saying so. We have been doing that and carrying arms to take back our country. But it just appears, we haven't even pinched them where it hurts at all. We haven't pinched La République where it hurts, not the least. Because I can't understand, as sensitive as any land issue is, that La République du Cameroon citizens, Boulous and Wandos in particular, they have descended upon Boya, and they are not buying land, No, they are taking over land, ladies and gentlemen, owned by the University of Boya. The University of Boya. If for some of these reasons, people like Paddy Asanga, whom I will have here very soon, still continue to talk about federalism, I don't know what they are asking for, what they are fighting for. That they will come into our own territory, all the way from Bulu, Iwondo, Beti, and they take and they confiscate university land, ladies and gentlemen, university land. And they are not ashamed. They are not concerned. They are not worried. They are not saying, but what are they going to say? This is one of the reasons for which they are fighting to walk away. If it doesn't move them, ladies and gentlemen, we still have a long way to go. And if you think that you can surrender, by the time they finish taking all of the land in Ambazonia, you will be the last commodity that will be taken. That is a fact. That is a fact. If you think they can take all the lands and just go and we lost this war, God forbid, I am telling you, ladies and gentlemen, they will take you last. And we are seeing it. We also have learned, I brought this here before, they are paying people, Bamilikis, to go and settle in Bakassi. Yes, the Republic of Cameroon is paying their citizens, giving them grants to go and do farming in Bakassi in the next 20 years. In the next 20 years, the majority of people in Bakassi, in Indian Peninsula, ladies and gentlemen, will be francophones. They are coming in from Lum. They call it Lum Sante, or they used to call it like that. They're coming in from Lum. They're coming in from Bafoussam, Bunda. They're coming in from Yaoundé. They are buying land and settling in Bakassi. Bakassi. And we know Bakassi is the world reservoir of that country, of Ambazonia. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you think that we can lay down arms and forget about this war like some detractors out there are trying to do, if you think that we should surrender, we should just give up, oh, let my child go to school, oh, let me resume my business, oh, let things get back to normality. If you think that we should just forget, let's go and meet them and talk. Let's go see. They are not people that have intellectual capacity. They do not. Because if they did, I think people like Paddy Asanga would have convinced them that, hey, listen, you got to sit down with us. But so far, federalists have not been able to convince them. They have not been able to convince them to even go to the table to talk federation. And you think that we should lay down our arms and surrender? Come on. And surrender? We have in our territory, all the SGOs are francophones. All the judges in the courts are francophones. The governors are francophones, ladies and gentlemen. They are now appointing mayors, francophone mayors. If you doubt me, go to Bamendankwe. Go to, is it Bamendankwe or Mezam 2? Go to Moyoka. The mayors there are francophones. The mayors there are francophones. Oh God. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to stand up. Every day I wake up in the morning and see something new like this land grab in the University of Boya. It worries me. I don't know whether it worries you. I don't know whether it worries you. That is why we are in this war, ladies and gentlemen. That is why we are in this war. If we do not fight now, if we surrender, if we fail, never a day shall we raise our mouths again. Because we would forever have been pinned down. We would have lost our liberties and freedoms forever in that damn country. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of pain in this thing, a lot of suffering in this thing, but no war is cheap. No war is cheap. No independence comes easily. Prices are paid. Some of us will die for this. Some of us will see that day like Mandela did. But I want to assure you, we cannot surrender now. We cannot surrender now. This is the moment. If we surrender, you will become slaves. You will become servants in every francophone home that moves into Amazonia, into our territory. We are seeing it. They are taking over the lands. They have all the administrative positions. All right. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let me talk about Field Marshal right now. There have been so many phone calls, quite a number of people. We understand you did not see Field Marshal as usual celebrating Independence Day as all the forces in Amazonia did, and there have been lots and lots and lots of questions out there, as to what is happening to Field Marshal. Some said he is dead, some said he has been killed. I hear some saying he is whether he ran to the Philippines or he ran to somewhere. Fellow Ambazonians, that is all rumor. That is all rumor, and I want you to know, Field Marshal is alive and strong. Field Marshal is alive and strong. Now, you guys would understand that prior to Independence Day, October 1st, they were under severe attack. The Red Dragons were under severe attacks about 2 weeks before October 1st. They were attacked twice. And after they were attacked twice, La Republic sent about 5 days to October 1st, they sent in thousands of troops to take a siege on the BLM. They entered almost every village, particularly in Fontaine LGA, where the Dragons have their headquarters. So, I just thought to come to you for those of you who have been questioning, who have been asking. Field Marshal is not dead. Field Marshal is not in the Philippines. Field Marshal is not in any other place else but in the BLM, ladies and gentlemen. Field Marshal is nowhere else but in the BLM. That is all I should tell you. Please stop worrying for nothing out there. We should be worried over our lands that are being grabbed by La Republic du Cameroon. So I thought this was very important. Now let me talk about these deportations that we learned of last week. I'm sure all of you are aware of that information by now, that last week, the state of Texas transferred 80 Ambazonians to Dallas for onward deportation to La Republique du Cameroon. The information that got to us stated that they are due for deportation tomorrow, Tuesday, October the 13th. By the end of the day, we're going to find out what the situation is. But let me add this, because we have received lots and lots of calls to the interim government saying the interim government should take lawyers, should get some lawyers immediately to go over this case. Now, this is a situation, ladies and gentlemen, because I know many of you are not aware of it. These people, 80 people, have been in custody, immigration custody, since 2018. Since 2018. So it is not like they were picked up yesterday or a week ago or a month ago and set for deportation. No, they have been in immigration custody since 2018. We have reached out to some families who have already spent, I learned of a particular family that has spent over $30,000 on attorneys, ladies and gentlemen, trying to get them asylum status in the U.S. But all these other attorneys, they have done since 2018, they did all that they could to have these asylees get legal status in the USA to no avail. Unfortunately, we were never contacted. The interim government was never contacted. The interim government had no idea that some Amazonians of that number were in custody with the immigration services in the state of Texas. We were only contacted the same evening that you heard me with an audio. It got too late. It got too late. Too late. Today is Monday. Tomorrow is Tuesday, the 13th. We are hoping that with all the pressures that you have put out there with the senators, with the governors, we are hoping that they are going to temper the deportation with some mercies. Especially when you are calling and telling them that Cameroon is a no-go area for any Amazonian. I just came to you telling you how they have now issued a statement. La Republic has now issued a statement that no Amazonian should enter their country coming from the USA. So, please, what I would like to say is, let us use the rest of the time that is remaining for today. Let's go ahead, make many of those calls. I think they are making a difference. I have learned that some 3 of those asylees were taken out to somewhere else by lawyers. I guess maybe they are relaxing, they are calming down, but we will know by tomorrow exactly what the situation is. But please, let's go ahead, continue making the calls. They are making a difference. They are making a difference. But let me add this also, that we did not, we at the interim government did not get that news until I think Friday, was it Thursday evening, when I put out the audio. So it is not like the interim government knew about it and did nothing. We were not aware of it. And let me add that, ladies and gentlemen, when you have people pending or seeking asylum in the USA, in Europe, anywhere where you think that we can help, do not wait to reach out to us at the dying minute. Do not wait to reach to us at the dying minute. When you have people seeking asylum, call your county administrators. Reach them. Don't call Chris Anu. Don't call Dr. Sako. Don't call anybody in the cabinet. Call your local government leadership. That is where you start. Because we have set up a structure that should be very much respected. We do not want people jumping protocol to come to. If you come to me and I don't know you, I will not do anything. But you go to your local government, you go to your county, there are people that know you there. They know the level of your commitment. So when you have issues like these immigration issues, let us know by contacting your local government, by contacting your county, and then your county will then report to the appropriate office at the interim government, maybe Health and Social Services or Defense, and we can put out some testimonies for those cases. But in this one, we had no idea until 3 days ago. So if we can succeed, the only thing we have to do is to use the power of public pressure, the one you are putting out now. Just imagine we went out to hire a lawyer. When will the lawyer work? So that is very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. We are following the situation. We are monitoring it. We also see Amnesty International has come in to put some pressure on the state of Texas to see that they stay deportation. We are praying and hoping that none of those gentlemen will be forced out of the USA. Having said that, I will take a brief break, 1 minute break, and when I come back, I will come back to you with Paddy Asanga, my special guest for tonight. Stay tuned.
You need a financial instrument that provides a hedge against inflation, 100% guarantees that you will not lose your money, has tax-free growth and distribution, the ability to take an interest-free loan, avoids probate, provides creditor protection, guarantees your family that your income will be replaced should you die, helps you protect yourself financially against chronic, critical, and terminal illness, and of course allows you to take money anytime for any reason at any age without a tax penalty. You need only as little as $50 to invest per month. Contact Irene Fombo. Tell 513-5014-177 or send an email to irenenpmsn@gmail.com. You need a financial instrument that provides a hedge against inflation, 100% guarantees that you will not lose your money, has tax-free growth and distribution, the ability to take an interest-free loan, avoids probate, provides creditor protection, guarantees your family that your income will be replaced should you die, helps you protect yourself financially against chronic, critical, and terminal illness, and of course allows you to take money anytime for any reason at any age without a tax penalty. You need only as little as $50 to invest per month. Contact Irene Fombo. Tell 513-5014-177 or send an email to irenenpmsn@gmail.com.
Okay, thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure once more to be with you. I am joined tonight by Paddy Asanga. Paddy Asanga is one of the voicefarers' voices out there, preaching the gospel of federalism in the context of this conflict that has been going on between French Cameroon and the Southern Cameroons. I like Paddy Asanga for one thing, for one reason. He has been very, very consistent, very, very consistent with what he believes in, and he goes for it. I just do not fault him for that, ladies and gentlemen. But besides that, I had a phone call from him a few days ago, and he said he'd like me to speak with him about certain issues that most of you have seen going on the social media, talking about some activists out there who were once very much in the middle of this struggle, but who suddenly turned around and began to preach the other gospel. And I thought today to bring Paddy Asanga to come and let's have an exchange, a discussion on what he has observed throughout this struggle. Paddy Asanga, I hope you can hear me. It's a pleasure having you, sir.
Yes, Chris Ano, I want to call you Mr. Chris Ano. I know you. I know you from the time when you were running your news organ. You called it Southern Cameroon something. Excuse my memory. I'm not very, very young. But at that time, all of us were together, and also know you from our World Cup forum time. Used to support the struggle with Catherine Formindam. You want to talk about Tamasang and Franco and the rest. You see, This thing is a long shot, and it's only for those people who understand what is going on and can stand their grounds. So I'm happy that you are bringing me in. Some people will call you today an enabler because you are bringing Paddy Asanga, who has been tagged an enabler, but I don't think so, because what unites me and you is not what is not our culture, but it's that post-colonial identity that we call Anglophones. So if Francophones have consumed and assumed their identity as Francophones, then they should permit me call myself an Anglophone Cameroonian.
All right, Paddy, I get you. We are going to go down that memory lane, but I like us to be very surgical, very, very surgical here on the issues. And I would like us to start with the allegations that you recently put out accusing Eric Tato of accepting 42,000, did you say euros or dollars?
Let me be very frank here, Mr. Chris. I am not somebody, I put out information. I don't fabricate information. I put out information that is out there. But because some of us Anglophones, we are not very, we don't do our research, and we are not well connected, you don't get what is happening. I want to say it here loud and clear. Anybody who believes and follows Eric Tato is a fool, is a goat. Let me say it. Eric Tato is the biggest crook that has ever existed as far as the Anglophone struggle is concerned. You want to remember that?
As I said, we are going to be very, very surgical. That is a very big accusation on him. How long have you known him?
I told him in his face.
How long? Hold on, I get that. How long? How long?
No. Please. No, you know how surgical I am. I told him in his face. And if he thinks that he is not, he is a captain. He's that person who says he will attack people physically, he will garry people, he will cut their fingers and so on. He will take people to court. Let Eric Tato take me to court in Maryland, and I shall be there.
Okay, Paddy, for you to come up with those allegations on him, you must have known him for some time. For how long have you known Eric Tato?
Listen, Mr. Chris, when this whole struggle started, I had my Facebook page that I called the Alternative Red Platform, and I was bringing everybody on that platform because I had a dissonant voice, which is not the one you people have. Eric Tato was on my page. He came to my platform, and if he did not delete it, I think I still have it somewhere in the archives. Then you people can have access to it. Tapang Ivor was also there. I had spoken to Yaba. I have spoken to Ebenezer. I've spoken to almost everybody. And when we were in that Houston Support the Struggle, you people knew my stance. And my stance is not based on the fact that I don't want independence, but the truth is that we are not ready, and we have a common objective.
Paddy, let's focus for the moment. We will come to that, I promise you. But let us handle this issue of Tato, because you have said the Bars movement contributed $62,000 and handed to him. How were you privy to that contribution, sir?
Listen, Mr. Chris, please take some time to listen to me, because I don't just want to throw allegations out there which are not founded. That's not me.
All right.
And you people will make your judgment. You remember when the Anglophone General Conference was called for November 2017? I had been promoting that. You people rubbished it. Many people from the diaspora did not want it. Ekema did not want it. Atanganji did not want it. But you know my relationships with the Cardinal and the College of Conveners, which are the imams and so on. So I went there. So when I went to Cameroon that November, I came back in December 2017. And then the BAS had a meeting in January. I think that was the 14th of January 2018 in Berlin. During that meeting, I was invited as somebody who had been on the field, and I should come and talk from the contemporary perspective. Ndikum Victor was also during that meeting, and everybody, they had their plans and everything, but I decided that no, I don't want people to keep record of what I say publicly during meetings. I used my own phone and my Facebook page, and I recorded my outing, and I told them the truth. And I said to them, if you people really believe that we can live together and we can work together, please, let's try to see how Francophones would come together and support the Anglophone General Conference, permit Anglophones to talk among themselves and come out with a credible leadership that would enable Anglophones to articulate their aspirations, not with guns, but with pen and paper, just like when consortium was doing it at the time. And I was very, very hard, and I've always been very hard on Ayuk Tabe, Ayabacho, and even you, Chris Ano. You are not an angel. So people should understand that one first. So when it happened that way, they said, okay, I should give them the contacts of certain Anglophones, ou bien Ambazonian, as they call it. I said, no, it was not my place to do that job. They are my brothers, and I don't want to.
Who was asking you to give contacts of some Ambazonians? The Bas movement or what?
The Bas movement. You had El Chenou, you had Brice Ninche, you had Calibri Calibro, you had Marc Seigneur Evoire, you had Martin Tajo, Big Mami, and there is a certain lady who was behind all that meeting. She's called Big Mami. She is the one who insisted that if you invite Ndikum Victor, who is an Ambazonian, invite another Anglophone who is very vibrant but talks something else. That's how it happened. So when I went to that meeting, Ndikum Victor, he presented the Anglophone crisis from a very brilliant historical perspective, which I still concur. And I want the Bas to release his, because it was kind of education. That guy was almost a lecturer there. And I came in now from the contemporary perspective, owing to the fact that I have also a contemporary political education. That's how it happened. So when they asked me those things, I said, but Ndikum Victor is here. You can talk to Ndikum Victor. I'm not interested in
Ndikum Victor was the guy who came to you and said, how do we talk to some influential Ambazonians?
No, Ndikum Victor is the Ambazonian who was there, but the person who came to me and asked how could we talk to influential Ambazonians, that the idea was that I and Ndikum Victor should work together, and then we support, and I told them that no, what I have seen on the field was not feasible for me. So if they want to get in contact with Ambazonians, they should better talk to Ndikum Victor and not me, because I will not let you people hijack this thing. Anglophones gave it L in 1990, and now we are giving it, and now you people are coming again after when we were marching here in Germany, in Berlin, with Dr. Ellard and all the other persons. You know, I don't agree with Dr. Ellard, but Dr. Ellard is one of those persons with whom we galvanize Anglophones all here in Germany. That one is on record. You can verify it and ask him from him. I don't come here to tell lies. I'm not interested in invectives. It doesn't take me anywhere. So when we got to that meeting, my voice was dissonant. I told them that no, we have to.
And you have said that meeting was in 2017.
18. The 14th of January 2018. My memory doesn't fail me, because that was just at the time when the Bas was being formed. El Chenou was in Berlin. All of them that you see them doing all those things, they were already there. They were there in Berlin, and I can show you the pictures. I have the pictures.
All right. So they came to you and said, you and Victor, we want you to bring us some influential Ambazonians to the table, into Bas. And what step and what next did you do?
Okay. So when they said that, I referred them to Ndikum Victor, and I said that I am not an Ambazonian and it is not my place to bring you. But if you want us to have Anglophones who have dissonant voices to Ambazonian, like Federalists, like Bala, like Monzo, like Tumi, like Chairman Fundi, like Kawala, I will do that. But if you want to get in contact with Ambazonians, go and meet them, and then you people can do your thing. But for me, I don't think that I was very angry, because I told them, go and listen to what I said. I said, Francophones have betrayed us again. And this lady, they call Sandy Boston. When you watch that video, she stood up. I was sweating and almost crying. She came and took her handkerchief and wiped my face. And they said, we're going to work together. Unfortunately or fortunately, I cannot judge. Let your audience judge what happened. We came out of that meeting and they formed what they call Conseil Supérieur de la Diaspora. That is a Diaspora Superior Council. They put me in that forum. And from there, they started planning on how to organize other meetings. I was there. And when they started fighting among themselves, I basically took myself out of that thing and I told them that no, I am the only Anglophone here and I've seen that disorder that exists between you and Francophones and I will not continue with you. But I am also a member of an old organization that they call CPD, led by Dr. Eta Ewane. Who is Dr. Eta Ewane? Dr. Eta Ewane is an Anglophone who has been very, very active, like most of us who are here and are not happy with Mr. Biya's government. So they went ahead. I don't know by what means they contacted, they got, maybe through Ndikum Victor, or no, I don't know. That one, I cannot say things that I don't know. They went and
so, Paddy, I'm trying to know the point at which Eric Tato comes in this narrative.
Okay, listen. Okay, listen. When we Eric Tato came into the bus at 2019, we organized what we call the Munich Forum. During the Munich Forum, we invited Kawala, we invited Maitre Emmanuel Sim, Kamto's lawyer today, the one who said that people had contacted Kamto to buy arms and so on and so forth. He has already spilled the beans out there in STV. We invited Alice Com, who came. We invited Elise Smith, he never came. We invited Joshua Ossi, he never came. We invited David Aboem Achol, he never came. We invited Christopher Fomunyu, he never came. But the meeting went on. And some people in the bus, they also came there. When they came there, they were coming to fight us because we were in that meeting, we're talking about a political transition. That is transiting from federalism to Jacobinism. That was the
yes,
aim of
Paddy,
that
I like to know, I'm interested in the point where Money came in and Eric came in and other activists who were so active on the side of Ambazonia came in. How did it get there?
Okay, how did Eric Tato and Mark Barata came into the picture? They had already identified Eric Tato and Mark Barata as vibrant Ambazonian activists. And they also, during that meeting, there was also discussions that they should create a TV station to educate people and get Francophones to support their candidate, who is Maurice Kamto. So what did they have to do? What did they do? This is not what they have to do, because if you don't cut me, because I know you people are professionals in cutting people, I would say I'll spill the beans, and you people should know that the struggle has been sold to France, Kamto. Let people understand that. So I'll come to it. So please take your time and tell your audience to be patient. Ask me the real questions. And
yeah, but you know we are working on time here. That's why I want us to touch the necessary places.
You have had my chairman here, you have had Pastor Kennedy, they have their own voices, they have other things to say. Just me, I am a political activist and I'm everywhere, I'm within the corridor. So this is
so go ahead with it. Go ahead with the narration, how these guys were, Barita and the other guy were brought in.
Okay, so what happened was that BAS went ahead now to contribute money to create a TV station to galvanize Francophones and Anglophones, and during that TV station, they had to bring in Ambazonians who will work with the BAS. And the two people that they identified was Mark Barata and Eric Tato. Don't ask me, records are there. You people should do your research. Eric Tato is in Maryland. They organized what they call Game Over. Before they organized the Game Over, they had organized what they call here in Paris coup de grâce. They invited me to go to Paris coup de grâce, also by Big Mami and Brice Nietzsche. I still have those conversations. I refused to go because I did not want to have anything to do with Patrice Nganang, because I knew that Patrice Nganang was a manipulator. So when I refused to go there, they went there, contributed that money, and after that meeting, that money that was contributed was given to El Chenou, and they call him what? Jacques Chanyang. Go and ask Serge Anango. Serge Anango is one of those persons who still stands today, and he tells the truth. He said, yes, it is true that Paddy Asanga was during that meeting, and he was one of those persons who said that no, Anglophones and Francophones cannot go the war route because Cameroon has been built on the situation that he found on the ground was not true, because we have a lot of unemployment and we bring frustrated youth, bandits to come and create what they create. That discussion, everything is public. So when they collected that money, they had to look for people who would contact Eric Tato and Mark Barata. Eric Tato was already he's in America. Jacques Chanyang is also in America. When they gave him part of the money, he decided that he met with Jacques Chanyang and said, we are going to march and talking about Maurice Kamto was liberated, a big rally and so on and so forth. But some smart Anglophones came and kicked against it without knowing that they were actually doing something that had been, they were actually fighting for something that was well planned. That's why Eric Tato, during that time when he was saying that Anglophones should go and march with Francophones, he found himself there alone. It is because he had been paid to get, because on Facebook, people believe that he has a lot of audience. When he goes out there, you see the number of people that come. So they decided now to go and give Eric Tato that money, and Jacques Chanyang went, and you saw the video, Eric Tato, my friend of the bars, and so on and so forth. So when all those things happen...
Paddy, hold on there. Paddy, hold on there. Why do you think that these Francophones would put together $42,000 for one man? To do what with?
It is not a money for one man. That money was put together for a TV station.
Okay.
And they are fighting themselves today because they claim that only 9,000 of that money was dispersed to Eric Tato and Mark Barata. And El Chenou is being vilified by the boss. They call him the rapist. The boss are saying that he raped and so on. I'm not concerned about that. So you people have to put things in context. That money, they wanted to. You remember that Ghana also collected money that he was creating some kind of a TV. So they were basically copying what Anglophones have been doing. And then, but they wanted to bring Anglophones in to support the Kamto agenda. If you want to understand very, very well how many Anglophones have been implicated, some of them have even collected money from that survivor.
Okay, tell us, who are those, Paddy? Who do you know? Name some of them.
Look, Chris Ano, you saw a video and you saw some images where some guys from the PAP, and I'll call their name. You know Jean Denis?
No.
Do you know Lena Fabrice?
Okay, I don't know them, but go on.
These are members of the People Action Party. Ask me what People Action Party and who was the Secretary General of People Action Party. It
now
was
the actual People's Action Party that used to be the party, or is still the party of Anyapol, am I correct?
Anyapol is the founder of People Actions Party, and Anyapol is he says he has taken the back seat, but you saw Jean Denis marching, saying that they were yielding on the 22nd, saying that they were yielding to the call of Maurice Kamto. Does that tell you anything?
Well, that is conspiratorial, though.
It's not conspiratorial. I don't let them take me to court. Did you not see Jean Denis with at Pendai Koka's home? Who is Pendai Koka?
How yeah, I did. I saw them I saw them participating in Kamto's march.
Thank you. So that is what is happening. This thing has become tribal, and people are trying to protect their interests. You want to know the relationship between Maurice Kamto and Ayapo, some people will say they were all members of Mr. Biya's government. And they know, and this one is going to be very painful to you. They know that there is going to be nothing like Ambazonia. They are preparing to succeed Mr. Biya because they have been part of the system.
We're going to get there. We are going to get there. But let's get back to Barita and Eric and the 42,000. Did the money go only to Eric? What went to Barita?
Listen, there is a fight, and I'll bring Serge and Nango on this platform if you don't mind. He would explain to you because he was part of that meeting. He was part of the bus. He has his people in the bus, just like I have my own people in the bus, and they will tell you 42,000 was meant for them because they gave them a bill. They said to create a television station, they needed at least a lump sum of money. So the bus put itself together to put that money together and give them. But because of the corruption within the bus also, it seems as if only 9,000 triggered and went to Mark Barata and Eric Tato. And then the bus started fighting himself, and now the bus is splitted in 3 because of that money. So they are accusing El Shenu, and that's why El Shenu was very quick to come and defend Eric Tato, calling me all sorts of names. But I will not get into invectives here because it is not my style. I've been trained politically and I have a political education.
So if I may ask you, why is it that only Eric's name is out there? You don't hear so much about Barita's name in this deal.
But Barita is a green snake in a green grass. You know the role. You know how Barita is a member of the AGC, and the AGC is an ally of Ayaport. Go and ask Ebenezer. Is it not the AGC that invited Emmanuel Aya, who calls himself Aya Abine, to come to Brussels? Unfortunately, they refused him. The Belgian embassy refused him the visa. So Barita is more smart than Eric Tato. Eric Tato comes and says all those things that he says, but he goes around and contradicts himself. But when we speak, I have told them, and I challenge anybody, if I say anything that you think that I'm telling a lie, let them take me to court, and I'll come and I'll bring witnesses. I'll bring people who will come and testify, and the judge will put it out there.
Okay, Paddy, I guess you knew about this quite a long time ago. Why is it now that you are coming out to talk about it?
Listen, Chris Ano. There are certain things as a political activist, you don't run your mouth because it is good to run your mouth, but you observe the train and nail it when it is. We still have a plan to nail Mr. Biya. People say we have our own strategy, and we are talking about the content of the special status. So it is not when you come every day, you want to come every day and say, have you noticed that my Facebook page, I don't make live videos. I only go on television platforms when invited. I've stopped making live videos as I used to do with Maître Alex Isinger and all those people when we were running the alternative rate. Those as communication strategies. I come from a political background, and with the knowledge that I know from the German parliament, from the European Parliament, when OC took us to Willy Brandt House, when Bala took us to Freedom House in
Paddy, why do you think it is the right time to come out after you had information about it? Why do you think this is the right time to come out and say it as you are doing?
I'm saying it now because I've noticed that our people are dying, and one of the reasons I'm also saying it is because I know Eric Tato's plan. When Eric Tato came and was contacted me and he had a live conversation, he was even rebuking me that, oh, you have very sensitive information. You know, I'm a journalist. Give me.
When was that? When did he contact you?
So, when Eric Tato started his activism, that was almost 2018. We're almost getting to ending 2017, 2018. Eric Tato was calling me every night because I have my own Abakwa boys on the ground who are giving me information. When I posted certain information, he said, oh, take it down and let me post it as the first person, and so on and so forth. He wanted to use me as one of his secret stringers. You heard him on that platform the other day saying that what is wrong is getting somebody to get information and so on and so forth. But what turned out was that I came to notice that Eric Tato's problem was Tapang Ivor. He had noticed that Tapang Ivor was making money, and he did everything to be able to come on Facebook and get reasons for people to sponsor him and give him money. Eric Tato is not interested in Ambazonia. No.
What do you mean by Tapang Ivor was making money? From who or how?
No, you know, Tapang Ivor at the time when Fontaine came, when the revolution just started, he is the one who actually motivated Ayabacho Lucas and Ebenezer Akwanga to start asking money. Nobody was interested in armed struggle. They never knew that people. But for Fontaine's car, within 24 hours, he was able to raise, I think, 19 or 18,000, and that opened the eye of everybody who has come to this struggle now. So even you people are not angels. Sako is being accused that Sako has embezzled money, but I support Sako. Sako, if he's a man of God, he's a true man of God. Because if he took that money and gave to Ayabacho, Ayabacho would have been kidnapping people and cutting their heads, kidnapping chiefs and cutting their heads, saying that he's going to give independence, whether he knows the truth.
So, Paddy, Eric came to you. You have stated that, I mean, in my conversation with you, you made mention that you don't hide anything. You went out for the grand so-called national dialogue. Your bribe was given as others others took theirs. You took yours, and you freely say you
don't say you were bribed. No. And when we were going for the grand national dialogue, there are people of the Ambazonian camp that I call. I don't want to call their name because I don't want to discredit them. They said they were not going to go there. And they never told us the modalities, but we were so excited that finally we will sit down and talk. And everybody who left Europe and sacrificed sometimes got some stipends. Those of us who came from Europe, Central Europe, they gave us 600,000 CFA. Those who came from America, they gave them 800,000 CFA after the as participation.
Who was giving you this money? Is it the Prime Minister? Who was giving you the money?
No, there was a committee. A committee was put in place. That committee, and there was a committee that was in charge of giving paying the stipends of people who had participated for that Grand National Dialogue. And you want to understand that, Chris, that Grand National Dialogue was not even sponsored by the Cameroon government. It was sponsored partly by the French and partly by the United Nations. That's why the French could put pressure on Mr. Biya that if we sponsor you to do the national dialogue, then you should release Maurice Kamto. And they are proud of it. They are not saying that they put pressure on Mr. Biya because they simply put pressure on Mr. Biya. No, they put pressure on Mr. Biya because they were one of the greatest sponsors of that Grand National Dialogue. So when we went there, I had a group of 8. My delegation, put together by Cardinal Tumi, we were supposed to be 16. Since they had already told us that there were going to be 8 commissions, we made a commission of 16. But because of certain constraints, we could not be 16. We were only 8 of us. And all of those 8 of us, we divided ourselves in every commission, and we created a WhatsApp group where we were communicating.
Paddy, hold on there. Hold the thought there. Hold the thought there. We're going to get to that. But I would like to ask you. You are one of those who have said it repeatedly, and I said it at the beginning of this program. I can sleep well with you, knowing that at least you stand for what you say you are. You are a federalist, and you don't make any qualms about that. People know that. But at the same time, you have stood against the people who are fighting for a free and independent Southern Cameroon. Why are you different from Eric Tato, from Mike Barretta, from Ngu Santos? Why are you different from them?
Thank you for bringing that that discussion. The truth is this, Mr. Chris. When the foundation is faulty and when it is based on lies, then we are not moving anywhere. I repeat, when the foundation is faulty and it is based on lies, we are not moving anywhere. I'm not against anybody who pitches his own ideas and doesn't go around and kidnap my cousins, kidnap militants of my university, the political party that gave me that political education, the person that motivated me, who's my mentor, made me to be that fearless person who I am. Please don't expect me to take that with a bit of salt. I'm not a pastor, and this is not a sermon. So when you look at people like Mark Barata, Eric Tato, Tapang Ivor, some of you people have flip-flop from one place to the other. Now, Chris, you talked about Ngu Santos and so on. They say Ngu Santos have taken money. They have also told you that you people take money. The Cameroon government, but the Cameroon government is poor. Look at a young man like Yannick Sikot. Just because he disagrees with you, you people say that he has taken money. That is not true. I know that young man. Chris, let me be honest to you people. The pressure
Paddy, I need you to answer the question, why are you different from Eric Tato and Yannick Sikot and Ngu Santos when you have put people, Ambazonians' life in harm's way, just as these same guys are doing? You were behind those, hold on, you were behind those who went to Nigeria and tried concocting some funny story there, getting refugees to Yaoundé, so-called. I mean, you are in this game like these guys have been, right?
No, Chris, listen. You people don't have the monopoly of our people who are suffering. Know that I have an experience of dealing with refugees. What people don't know is that I am a trained social worker, and at a certain time, my home was called the Cameroon Embassy. I had 13 people sleeping on my floor. I had 15 people. I had 2 people. I have 3 people. All of them Cameroonians of all shades of life. You don't know where my bone of contention starts with Ayaba.
Paddy, you are now going round and round. I'm asking you a particular question. Listen to my question. Listen to my question. I think it was late last year or so. A number of refugees were paraded in Yaoundé, arriving at the airport with some officials, a lot of officials there welcoming them and celebrating. Oh, refugees are coming home. I think you were among them. You were among them, supposed to be one of those who brought them home. Paddy, the question is, why do you think in your own activism you are any different from Eric Tato and the rest that you are now calling names?
Listen, do you want me to go to Nigeria and start raping refugees like those who came from Hong Kong and went and raped refugees, and you saw them dancing with them from swimming pool, giving them 500 naira each? I never went to Nigeria. I only sat here, and people contacted me after the Grand National Dialogue, and I told them that, look, if you want to go back to Cameroon, the Cardinal is there, and the Cardinal will help you. All those people were not brought in by the Cameroon government, but because the Cardinal doesn't have that financial means to bring them in, the government, he had to work with the government and guarantee the fact that none of them was going to be harmed, and today, none of them is harmed. Chris Ano, I just heard you talking about...
Paddy, where are they today?
All of them, some of them are in their villages, some of them have settled somewhere else. When you come back home,
who resettled? What were they settled with?
That one I cannot tell you because it's not in my domain of competence. Maybe when you have somebody from the Disarmament Commission, or you talk to the Cardinal, you talk to the conveners of the Anglophone General Conference, they will tell you.
Are you saying that those people who were paraded at the airport in Yaoundé as returning from Nigeria as refugees were sent to the disarmament center? They were not supposed to be combatants, isn't it? I mean, remember the group that came with, I'm talking about the group that followed Felion Congo to Yaoundé, paraded at the airport. They were not supposed to be combatants. They were supposed to be refugees. Where are they, Paddy?
Let me be honest to you people. What I don't agree with you people is that if somebody is no more in agreement with you, you give him a back name and you want to kill him. Success Nkomo, I have spoken to Success Nkomo, I spoke to Nambere, I've been talking to almost anybody of the Ambazonian camp who listened to me, because what unites us is just this language. I'm more closer to somebody in Mbunda than Ayub Tabe, who declared, he declared independence without consulting people and had no plan. That one should be clear.
Paddy, Paddy, I think you are still not answering my question, but I will move to a different question. You were arrested in Yaoundé after your grand national dialogue, after they've given you your share of the 600,000 CFA francs. Why were you arrested, Paddy? I mean, an honorable delegate all the way from Europe.
Yes, having lived in Europe doesn't make me a civilized man. That's why you have a lot of baby journalists and primitive people running their mouth on Facebook. I don't believe in that coming all the way from Europe. But this is what is happening. After the Grand National Dialogue, my delegation and myself, we decided that we are not going to take a penny out of that money, because there were people who needed it the most. When they sent us the memorandum or the plan for the national dialogue, they never told us that we're even going to receive stipends. No. So when we got there and they gave us that money, my delegation, 8 of us, we decided that we're going to share that money with internally displaced persons and refugees. So when I went to prison that day to share that money, I have my people in the prisons, the Abakwa boys with whom we have been communicating. The only good thing about the Cameroonian prison is that everybody in that prison has a phone. That's the only good thing. So on that fatal day, I went there and I took 300,000 out of that money. That was for prisoners, and I distributed to everybody who came to us. That's what happened. And then when I was doing that, there were some other people now who called abroad and say, "Oh, but what I don't agree with you is that if somebody..." And then the people who are the prison guards, who they went and signaled the prison guard. They came and was watching how I was disputing the money and so on. They did not say anything. It's your right to go to prison and help prisoners and so on. But what happened was that at the end of that meeting, when I was, because they let me enter the prison with my phone and everything, so I said, let me take a family picture with at least my Abakwa boys and those who were happy about the gesture that we were made. So one of the other persons, and they were, there are two camps. There are people who support the Ambazonia prison guards, who support Ambazonians, and prison guards who don't support them there. So they went and brought another prison guard, came and seized my phone, and went and reported that I was taking pictures of Konengi, videos of Konengi. So they took me, but fortunately, 24 hours later, I was released. That's exactly what happened. I don't lie, and I'm not here to hide anything from anybody. And I will continue doing the same thing again and again.
Paddy, you have said that Anya, Paul, and come to know that Ambazonia will never be free. Why do you say so?
Listen, Mr. Chris. When this thing started, go and watch Aya on Equinox. He said he was a 10-state federalist. He navigated from a 10-state federalist and became an Ambazonian. It did not end there. Don't forget that Mr. Aya was a CPDM MP and then later on appointed to the Supreme Court of Justice. He navigated from 10-state federalist, Ambazonia, and now he's Camptonia. Aya is one of the most dishonest.
But you know that Kamto is preaching federalism as Anya, right? We just don't know what form of federalism he is preaching.
No, Kamto is not. Kamto doesn't believe in federalism. Nothing.